why we fought or why we died. No. All that matters is that two stood against many. That's what's important. Power pleases you, Crom. So grant me one request. Grant me revenge.
What's going on, everybody? It is a Godlike Tuesday, and it's good to see everybody in the chat and on the panel. And as promised, the CEO of PCS, Ant Adams. Thank you very much, Ant, for being here with us. It's an honor to have you, sir. How are you doing?
Good. And thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's good to see you. And I know the chat and the panel have tons of questions to ask. But man, I'm going to start off with the banger, and we do appreciate the exclusive that you had for the channel last week, and it blew up real fast, and awesome. It was just amazing to see this. Let me bring this up here real quick. There it is. And talk a little bit about this. This is an iconic poster of Jordan back in the late '80s, and I do remember this. Is this silicone? Is this not? I mean, have you seen this in person or?
Yeah, so this is at our studio. Okay. So yeah, we are probably one of the. Not everybody has this as far as makers are concerned. But I mean, we have a full blown art department. Everything from in-house 3D printing to 3D sculpting in-house to painting in-house, molding, casting in-house. So we see and touch every piece. Even our photography is in-house. So we see and touch every piece that comes through from a prototype perspective and a production sample perspective. But yeah, this bad boy. So if this will end up being in resin with mixed media jersey. If we were to do this in silicone, we're talking probably close to $8,000.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's a little bit out of most people's price range.
Sure.
And for me, I want to get this in. There's so many Jordan fans. And one of the things we pride ourselves at PCS is to not only make stuff that people love, but also make it affordable. Our prices on the stuff that we do is usually a lot lower than a lot of other makers. I mean, we'll do a third scale that'll be $1,300, where I know if somebody else was doing it, it would be $1,800 to $2,000. I mean, we can do half scales at the price that some of these other companies are doing third scales, and we do that because we're collectors as well. So we want you to be able to afford this stuff. That's what made this decision hard with this one, because I really did want to do silicone.
Mm-hmm.
But the cost for the silicone, the metal armature that would be underneath just to be able to support that weight of the silicone, and then the shipping costs would be redonkulous. I mean, besides the just sheer size of this thing, the weight would be insane if we were to do this in silicone. But we are doing glass / acrylic eyes, so we do have that still going. But we'll be doing it in polystone versus resin.
And is there a possibility, I think someone mentioned this last week, I think it was Marcos, is there a possibility to do like different jerseys, like the Space Jam jersey, or
Actually, that's a good idea. I will actually look into that to see if we can offer different jerseys. We got approval to basically do it based off the poster.
Okay.
But yeah, I can definitely see if we can do it with different jerseys.
So, getting the license for this, I mean, was it a battle? Was it? I mean, was it? How long did it take you to get this?
It probably took me about 2 years to get this license
Wow.
because we had to get both Michael Jordan and NBA. Those are two separate licenses. So yeah, it took a nice little hot minute.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And I think Freddie talked about it last week. Is there a possibility to where a Spalding basketball could be in each hand, or is that?
So there is a ball in his right hand. So
There is.
yeah, the ball just wasn't printed yet.
Okay, all right, got it.
Yeah. So we're literally replicating that exact poster. So he'll have a ball in his right hand.
Okay.
His wingspan is like 6 feet 11 inches. So you can just imagine how big this thing is.
And will you be getting the license as well for Spalding, Nike?
We have for Spalding, we'll basically just turn the ball to where you don't see the Spalding logo, so we can do just a regular basketball.
Okay. Well, I mean, this is going to appeal to so many different people, right? Because yeah, I mean, not just statue collectors. I mean, sneakerheads. I mean, someone that just loves the Bulls or just loves basketball or the night. I mean, it's going to appeal to so many people. So
absolutely,
this is going to be a huge hit for PCS. Yes. So I'm anxious to know when does this go up for pre-order?
So he will be up for pre-order in May, but he will be showcasing. We will be showing him live at C2E2 in Chicago at the end of this month. I haven't decided completely yet, but we may offer early pre-orders for people that attend the show. We may actually do that for a couple of our items that we do first reveals at for the show, which would be actually Jordan, Darth Maul, our Ninja Turtle sewer, Underground. I think a couple other pieces that we'll be doing first reveals at for early pre-orders.
Okay, man. Yeah. So that's coming up soon. Make sure you look out for this piece. It's going to be amazing in anybody's collection. I need a space for that. It looks great.
So here's a kicker, because like people, I've been hearing the same thing. Like we've had people come visit the studio, like, man, this is amazing. Like, but I don't know where I'd put it. And I was like, well, if you put this on a table or a dresser, you can actually put other statues underneath his arms, because there's that much space between like his base and like the underneath his arm. So you'll be able to put other stuff underneath it, underneath it as well.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, I mean, just a fantastic piece. Thanks for sharing that with us early. And, I can see this doing very well for PCS. That's just an awesome piece.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Hey, Ed, can I ask real quick? You guys think about doing any other athletes, like, and not just NBA, but like maybe like soccer players like Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo or
absolutely
any other?
Yes.
And baseball, I love it. Junior, that'd be awesome too.
Yeah. So we're doing. So we're starting with basketball, NBA. Seeing how that goes. We've done Jordan dunking. We've done Bird. We got Magic coming this month, and then I think we have Iverson and Shaq after that.
Oh wow!
And then we will be looking to do. I would like to get into NFL. I got to do me a Ray Lewis statue, like bad. So we'll look to get into the NFL, baseball, and then I got to do soccer for my girls. And Messi would be freaking awesome. And sorry, my Doberman just wants to come over here and play with me. So
no, that's all right.
Throw a toy every once in a while.
Yeah, no, that's all right. That's all right. Anything else in this piece?
Yeah. So, Ant, I have to ask you, because the chat's discussing it. You know how it is when you get together with the boys who know about sports and stuff like that in the crew. Yep. Who's the greatest basketball player of all time?
Jordan, hands down.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we got some people out there and on this panel who think LBJ, LeBron James, is the greatest basketball player of all time.
No. So you got different types of players, right? So I see LeBron James more in the mold of like a way better Magic. He can ball out and score, but he's a facilitator as well. Jordan, Kobe will take a game over. So it's I don't get in the Jordan versus LeBron argument because they're two different types and styles of players. So that's kind of where I go between those two.
Okay.
Would you ever consider a Kobe or no?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotta have Mamba.
Made a lot of people happy.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's gonna be awesome. So I did want to bring this up because it was teased here recently, and we have a lot in common yet because we both share a passion for this game. So let me bring this up. I noticed that you did tease Cammy weightlifting. I know this is a line that you started with Street Fighter, but I also noticed that you work pretty close with Udon because Udon is where some of this stuff comes from. I'm pretty sure that's where I've seen these from the Udon Street Fighter comic.
So this idea, at least, so Udon does like different. They'll do like swimsuits. They'll do like Street Fighter characters doing sports and stuff.
Yeah,
they haven't done like a powerlifting type line.
Okay.
And like my kind of idea with this was, I'm a gym rat myself. I used to be a whole lot more of a gym rat prior to the pandemic. Fell off. I'm getting back on it now. But my kind of vision for this line is like I would see the Chun-Li or this Cammy like in gyms or CrossFit boxes, like on the countertop when you enter, right? When I've gone into these gyms before, you'll see these little cheesy, like muscle bound statues that are like disproportioned and weird looking. And I'm like, oh, we can do like so much better than that. That's kind of where this came out from. And then working with Edwin on this. And Edwin is freaking awesome. Like he's my Street Fighter dude. And he does amazing work. So being able to work with him on these concepts and then also the art prints that come with it, these have been fun and awesome to make. So
yeah, that's awesome. That's where I've seen it from. Is I think he had posted some stuff a while back.
I think he has like a fitness cami doing like rows or something, like dumbbell rows or something. Yep.
Yeah, I have met him before. He's just a great artist. There's and I know you've got the actual Street Fighter, like the iconic poster with the 1/10 figures all together.
Yes, the Street Jam poster. Yep. Now that is most definitely an Udon special.
Okay.
And Udon has been awesome, allowing us to do that poster, and that's going to turn out awesome. I'm going to have that like on a top shelf.
That's awesome.
Going straight across.
That's going to be amazing. Have you ever considered working with, any other Street Fighter artists, or do you have this locked down with Edwin right now? Because there's a few others that are just fantastic.
No, send them if you have some other artists that you think we should use. I mean, send them to me.
Yes, I will. I go to Evo and compete every year, and I talk with all of them. So I've done some custom art from them before, and art direction is just absolutely incredible. It just is.
Yeah, we may actually be at Evo this year. We haven't decided yet, but we may set up a booth at Evo this year.
You should. I'm going to be there. You should. You should. Yeah, you should. I go every year. So yeah, that's awesome. But I really look forward to seeing. I know we got a half scale Akuma coming, and that is also from I think the Udon comic as well.
Yes, absolutely.
That pose. He's a monster, man. It's really, really big. Well, it's a half scale, of course. It's going to be big.
Yep.
When you went through that design, Akuma has so many different poses.
Yep.
what made you choose that one? Is that because it was just different, or?
So I've had that book in my office probably for the last 4 years. So I'm constantly looking at that cover.
Okay,
And just one day I looked at it and I was like, man, that'd be a dope ass statue.
that's how it happened. Okay, all right, okay. So yeah, all right. So yeah, I mean, fair enough. I mean,
Yeah, sadly, there's not a whole lot that goes into some of my decision making, other than like, oh, that'd be cool.
yeah, I got you. Oh yeah, you know what? It works. It works. Um, is there any plans to do anything from Street Fighter Third Impact or also Street Fighter Six?
Yes. So we'll be hitting like multiple Street Fighter games. I mean, we've done some 6 with our Guile and Zangief that we
Right.
did January, February.
Mhm.
And we got half scale Chun-Li coming late this year. That will include a Street Fighter 6 colorway outfit as well. So yeah, now we'll be hitting multiple games for sure.
That's awesome. I'm sorry, did you say half scale Chun-Li?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. That's gonna be awesome.
Oh
man,
yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
We're not playing.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I've noticed it. I mean, I'm just gonna throw it out there. PCS has done so many things right these last few years, and just I mean, from when you before you took over from now. I mean, how hard was that? You know, starting from where PCS was from you took over to now.
I would say extremely difficult.
Yeah.
It's funny you say like the last few years because the last few years were basically when we no longer had to deal with like old PCS stuff that we inherited.
Oh wow. Okay.
So it was basically we got to do our stuff or what we planned to do with PCS when we first bought it, but we couldn't because basically the first 3 years was clean up, deliver projects that we didn't collect any money on, just basically giving refunds for stuff we never collected money on, is basically just make it through those first 3 years and then finally be able to do what we wanted to do. So I can't imagine where we would be right now if we would have had a clean company to start with.
Right.
That's always in the back of my head. But the way I kind of see it is everything that we went through. And when I say we, I mean the whole team, because it wasn't just me. It was the whole PCS team that helped us get to where we are now and make it through what we had to do. But just getting through that, like, helped me realize that we can handle just about anything that comes our way. It was probably the most stressful, difficult time within PCS and our ownership. And the fact that we made it through that valley to go back on an upward trend and earn the respect from collectors back. And I mean, we had to basically not just fix a lot of stuff, but we had to repair relationships with customers based on what was done in the past. So it was a whole lot of hard work. I see it as where we, the team, are a whole lot stronger for it. And with that, I feel like we can power through anything together. So,
I mean, I think we voted last year. PCS one of the top companies now. I mean, PCS has it locked down with TMNT. There is no one that does that better. Like nobody. Yep. And I'm gonna let Freddie talk about Ghostbusters because my man is just. He just loves it so much, and he does. We all do, but I mean, Freddie's a top fan of Ghostbusters for sure. But Freddie, what do you got for Ants? I know you had some on deck.
Yeah, hold on, let me share my screen quickly. Right. I gotta do this first because this is what the hype is about right now.
No, I know it.
Oh yeah.
This is
a nice little K Bros special right there. They knocked that design out the park.
Yeah, can you tell us, I guess, some insight into this? Some more?
Yes. So I went to the K Bros and they said I want to do a Gozer and Terror Dogs. And they came up with a concept that was just freaking amazing, which is this one. We had a lot of back and forth, and some of it was like me not trusting myself or trusting the design and just letting it go. I'm glad we did come back to the original concept and original design, because with movie pieces you can. It's a fine line on what you can do with movie pieces, right? So some people want to see that iconic pose or iconic scene from a movie in their movie statues, but sometimes you can get just a little bit more interpretive with it and make a better piece. And I feel like that's exactly what the K Bros did here, was take what you see in the movie and add a nice little artistic flair to it to bring Gozer to life and the dogs to life. And I think it worked out amazingly.
You did an incredible job. I always tell people with this piece, I'm getting this piece, by the way. I'm like, I don't have the Ghostbusters on order yet, but I was like, when I saw this, I was like, I gotta get this. Because no one has, in this scale, no one has done this. No one. Yeah. And I'm like, I collect 1/6. I'm like, I still can't even get these in 1/6. And I'm just like, can somebody please like give us some like decent villains out there in like a bigger scale? The fact that you did it and nailed it, from the outfit, the mannerisms. First of all, I was like, when you watch the movie at the end, right? I'm like, she has like ballerina type grace to her. As she's moving. And when I saw this, I every show I'm on, I tell them, I said, you nailed the artist. And as far as just looking at this, it's like you can see as like she's coming down the steps, you can feel it, like the grace like presence that she has with this piece. And I was blown away. I was like, I must get this. I can't speak enough like how you've nailed this, and just the fact that you get it in diorama form. The gatekeeper and the key master.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh man,
this one took a minute. I mean, besides the design piece and making sure we came back to the K Bros original design, we also went through like 3 different sculptors on this piece to get it like exactly where we wanted it. It was like with each iteration we were getting close, but we weren't like quite there. But again, we do what we have to make a piece that we as collectors ourselves would want to buy. So a lot of my decisions now come down to, would I buy it? And if that answer is no, then I don't need to make it. And that's not saying I necessarily need to like the property or the license, right? I may do licenses that I may not be a collector of, but I can still look at something, man, that's cool as crap. I would still, even though I'm not a fan of that particular IP, I would still buy that because that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm trying not to geek out because I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. I have like the props. I even got Hasbro Proton packs.
Oh, nice.
The only I haven't done is like do cosplay. That's the only thing. But what I do know is that first of all, they nail this in like every angle. What I do know, like, because I had read the description and everything like that, if you get the pack, the eyes light up. Correct?
Absolutely. Yep.
I read that. I was like, is this for real?
Oh yeah.
I was like, come on, that's incentive for me to just not just go solo. But just the fact that you can even get them separately, that is so cool. And the 2 head sculpts, which I love that you offered that, by the way. Was that ever like a thing in the beginning, which is like, we're going to give them 2 head sculpts? Was that something
yes, we actually
later?
Started off with the exclusive was going to be the 2 head sculpts, and kind of last minute, 12th hour, 13th hour, we said, let's light it up as well. So,
wait, this head sculpt lights up?
Huh?
Wait, this head sculpt lights up, or is this
No, I'm talking about the light up eyes for the dogs. Like originally we were going to do the light up eyes for the dogs, but that was like last minute, 13th hour.
Man,
like, F it, let's do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is amazing. Just the fact that you're doing this, man, it's incredible. And for those who get them all, which I'm hoping like I'd be able to at some point, to have them like in the display case set up with all four
Oh, yeah.
Ghostbusters, and I'm
Yep.
just like, I already had that in my mind. I'm like, that's gonna look epic.
Oh yeah, and having the proton, like the streams, all aiming up at Gozer. Oh yeah.
Man, I have to. Is there any plans to do Stay Puff?
Absolutely.
There is.
Oh
So,
yeah, you guys are going to be blown away with the Stay Puff. So I had this little brain fart of an idea for Stay Puff, and the Keurig brothers were like, "We're doing that." I was like, "Absolutely, you are," because I know they would freaking rock it. So yeah, I'm excited to see what they come up with on that one.
there you go.
The design, the idea for that one, it's going to blow people away. I was just one day, I was like, I want to do a Stay Puff, but I want to do something special and different.
Okay.
And then an idea just popped in my head, and I brought it to them. Like, oh, that is gold. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, because the new Ghostbusters movie, Afterlife, like my kids love it. By the way, I've taken them both to go see it.
Yep.
They love it. And, they show like the mini puffs, and I'm like, that's all cute, but I was like, it ain't the same, man. So that's cool that you're actually doing that. One last thing with Ghostbusters, I have to ask. I know this is way early in the game.
Yep.
Any chance continuing the Ghostbusters line to part 2, alternate costumes and the villain?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Okay.
I got everything I need.
So if you notice with PCS, if as long as the fans support, we will go deep.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at our Ninja Turtle line, right? Our cartoon Ninja Turtle line, we have four turtles, the 4 baddies. We just did April. We got Splinter coming this summer, right? So as long as the fans support, we keep going. Then we came out with our 3rd scale turtles. Fans are supporting. We're going to keep going. And that'll be the same thing with Ghostbusters and other IPs that we have, that as long as we have the support. And for us, support isn't, I need you to buy, we need to sell 2,000 of something. That's not us, right? It's our support levels are low compared to a whole bunch of other people. We like to, this sounds dirty, go deep.
Yeah. And okay, you have this idea, right, for Stay Puff.
Yep.
Do you email it? Do you sketch it out? Do you go with them? Do you
I don't sketch. I got folks for that. I mean, I can draw, but I haven't. So when I first bought PCS, and I'm one of those weird people that's right and left brain. So very analytical, accounting degree, banking for 21 years before I retired. But I used to draw, paint, sculpt on the side.
Okay.
I actually taught like a 3D animation and a game design class like back in 2001, while I was still working for the bank when I was in Chicago at this community college.
Okay.
But the game design side didn't really take off, so I had to 100% focus on banking. So I just have to find time. So, and when I took over PCS, the whole goal was that I could start sculpting and all that good stuff. But I've been so busy with the business side, I just haven't had time. So my goal would be eventually start. Let's go deep. I love it. Would be eventually start drawing again and start sculpting. But as of now, this is one of the reasons why I love the Keurig brothers so much, is I can describe what's in my head and they can like illustrate it like almost immediately. Like it's like they're in my brain, to where I'm like, hey, I have this idea of doing XYZ, and they're like, you mean like this? And I'm like, damn it, you did it again.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I freaking love it.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, that's definitely a talent, right? To be able to do something.
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Well, and it I would even say it even goes further than that. Like I'll come up with an idea and it'll be like super rough, like 20-30%. And they'll be like, okay, here it is. What do you think? I'm like, yeah, that's freaking awesome. And then they're like, but we thought about this as well to add on to it. What do you think about this? I'm like, that's even more awesome. Keep going. So yeah. So it's not just the I have an idea, and they're able to actually illustrate it, but it's what they add on top of that as well. So now it's a great team effort. I enjoy doing the work with them.
So and it seems like you give your artists a lot of freedom. Like you don't like really handcuff them. I know some companies do handcuff their artists, and that's like an awful idea to do with artists because they always want to do more. So it seems like you really give them not free reign to do what they want, but definitely a long leash to do what they want.
Yes, and I would say it would depend. It depends on what we're doing, right? So if we're doing something that's movie accurate, I got to pull the leash back, right? I need you. If we're doing a RoboCop, that needs to be on model, right? So stuff like that will pull the leash back. But stuff like our third scale Ninja Turtle lines, that's a K-Bro special, right? Let's do it. Let's go crazy. So
man, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone can top PCS on Turtles and Ghostbusters by any. They can't touch PCS right now.
I love it.
Not right now.
Yeah, no, there's no way. There's just so many great ideas, and how everything's being, launched. It's just gonna. I hope it does really well for you. I know it will. I know.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I did want to bring this up, and then Noah, I'll let you go next because I had to ask about this because this is something that Jimmy really wants. This is something that no one has touched yet, but I thought it would be amazing to have 1/3 scale Colonial Marines or even the Aliens line. But a lot of people collect Aliens, right? But no one has really touched these characters from the movie, the iconic Aliens film. I thought this would be an amazing statue to have. It wouldn't have to be all of them, but man, maybe a handful of them would be awesome. I mean, what do you think about that?
I think that's an awesome idea.
Okay, great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I thought this would be great. I just think that in anybody's collection for Aliens, I thought that would look really good. And you should start with Hicks. That'd be awesome.
I won't say much, but I will say we are going down the road for Alien and Predator. So more to come. Nothing to share specifics yet, but yeah, we're on it.
Okay, we need to get Ant liquored up. Start having him drink.
That's my job, Jimmy.
Yeah, Marcos's job. A little bit. Okay, so I look forward to that. Me and Alan are, we just love Predator and Aliens, and we're collecting.
Oh, awesome.
So cool. But Noah, what do you got this evening?
Yeah, so a couple things that I would love to see one day, and I'm sure a lot of other people. 1/3 scale Ripley from the first Alien movie. I think. I would love to have something like that to pair with the big chap from Prime 1.
Absolutely.
And then
we'll give you a different big chap to pair with her.
Oh, all right.
Oh, there we go.
Shots fired.
Oh yeah.
So, and so you're saying that you will have a big chap coming?
I didn't say it was coming, but I did say we'll pair something. Yes.
Right. Understood.
Yeah, and then my other thing is I don't know if you guys ever plan on touching the Berserk license, but if you did a 1/4 scale or a 1/3 scale Golden Age Guts, I think that would sell really, really well. And I think you guys would do a great job at that. I don't know why somebody else hasn't done one. So it would be both of that and Ripley would be instant buy for me for sure.
Yeah, so we've been everything takes time, right? So I kind of went over the NBA. It took like 2 years. I've been working on multiple anime licenses probably for that same amount of time. The problem has been there's been a lot of turnover on the licensing side, so I'm constantly basically having to reset my conversations. But anime is definitely high on my list. Once we digest Star Wars a little bit and a couple other licenses that I'm bringing on, then I'll start going a little bit harder on getting the anime side. And Berserk is on the top of my list.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. I'm getting excited over here. All right. Mr. Kiefer, I know you're dying over there to ask this question. I know what it is already. Go ahead.
Do you? Yeah, I know you do. Hey, first of all, Ant, great to meet you. I'm glad you're able to join us tonight, and I'm a huge fan of your company.
Thank you.
I love Predator, and everyone has done. I mean, there's companies out there making, the Jungle Hunter and the City Hunter, and so on and so forth. No one has touched a Dutch.
Yep.
From Jungle Hunter, and I am dying to get a third scale Dutch, holding a torch in the mud, holding a gun, smoking his. I don't care what he's doing. I'm in.
Let me sit up.
I think a lot of collectors would be in a heartbeat if they produced a Dutch.
Absolutely. So that is So Dutch and Commando are both on my list of to dos. I have a couple ideas on how to pull that off. I just need to find the time to finish putting that together and get the pitch going. But I do have some ideas to pull those off.
Oh man. You got a fan for life if you do that.
All right. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Collectors out there are hungry for a Dutch, like a new.
I don't even collect Ghostbusters, but as soon as I saw Gozer and the dogs, I'm in.
Awesome.
They're so iconic. No one's ever done it. It's beautifully done, and it's like I'll find a spot for it somewhere. It's going in my collection.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that. I mean, I can't wait to see that. I know we've all talked, about Dutch having a switch out where he's muddy, and then one where he's not. Just different ideas. But this is like I said, this is the one piece that no company has touched quite yet, and I'm not sure why. But I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys do with that.
Or if PCS can do like what they did with Conan, you just got muddy Dutch. And you got plain Dutch, and you just get both. Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Okay. Hey, thanks, Alan, for that. Marcus, what do you got?
Yeah, I'll stick on, pre-orders for PCS. I got actually one coming in. So I just have a couple questions about it. It's an awesome piece. I can't wait till it gets in hand, obviously. But yeah, 1/3 scale Daredevil. So
yes.
Literally pre-ordered the first day. We usually do like live pre-orders in the shows. It was Thursday when I pre-ordered it, and our show's Friday. Usually, I'm like, I can't wait. I got to do it right now. I was like, I got to do it right now. I've been waiting for a Daredevil, and this is like the perfect Daredevil piece. Because it's and what I've told them on the show is like it's the most dynamic 1/3 statue I've seen because it's literally floating in air. So that's where my question comes in. I'm still getting it, but how in the hell is this staying up on this little tiny bar right there? Right.
Oh yeah. So I'm glad Franco's on the call. He friggin' knocked this sculpt out the park. I mean, he beyond kicked ass on this one. A couple of things that we ended up changing or fixing on this. We ended up increasing the window size in the back so it looks more like he's jumping through the window versus going through it like in a cannonball. And then also have him looking more up. Oh, I think we lost Marcos. Have him looking more up than looking down. Should we wait for Marcos so I can tell him how we're holding that piece up? Looks like we lost him.
Yeah. He should be back shortly.
I do have a quick question from Emily. She just texted me a question for her. She said she wants to know if you do any probably quarter scale Baldur's Gate 3, either Asterion, Karlach, or Shadowheart, or any Zelda.
We may, and the reason why I said we may, we were almost gonna work on a couple pieces, but they ended up getting shelved. So yeah, that's on our list. The question is when we're able to do it.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool.
Hey, sorry about that. My Wi-Fi went out like a half a second. I don't know why, but I'm back.
Yeah, no worries. So the way we are supporting that is with a huge steel rod, and it's a rod that's basically like an L. So it goes all the way down into the window part of the base. Then that whole rod basically goes through his hip all the way through to the other side of his other hip. That rod can hold we were bending, like holding it and like trying to push it on both sides, and then we grabbed some like weights that we have in the studio, and that thing was holding over 100 pounds just on the little baby end of it. So it's basically like a square huge rod that's supporting it. My head of production, Brian, is a freaking genius when it comes to engineering a lot of the statues we do. We'll come up with a lot of good ideas, and some of them are harebrained, and for most companies wouldn't be producible, and Brian will figure out a way to make it producible. And this Daredevil is a good example of it.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's the most dynamic 1/3, because usually, with 1/4 you can kind of get away with more dynamic pieces. 1/3 they mostly keep them more, museum style. So like, It was awesome that you guys took that chance on this piece. I would just, like I said, just a little worried of how strong, like how sturdy that peg would be, but seems like you guys got it all figured out. Obviously, yeah, I knew you guys obviously tested it out, rigorously. No big company would do that, but also I know you guys are kind of ramping up your 1/3 Marvel line in general. So, is there any other characters that you guys you're thinking about coming out? I would love to like match a Nightcrawler with that Daredevil with the whole Catholic background, church background too. So.
Yeah, so we have a whole lot more coming for Marvel, and then actually I'll touch on the metal rod just a little bit more. We've done a lot of like gravity defying pieces in our history, like our first 3rd scale Spider-Man we did, where he's basically on 1 foot going through the horn of Mr. Negative. People thought there's no way that was going to be supported. It's been 4 or 5 years yet, and there's no lean, snaps, cracks, anything like that. Our upside down Eon Flux, where it looks like she's basically floating as well. That's 3rd scale. That's another one. So we kind of go the extra mile and over engineer these pieces for that reason, to make sure these stand the test of time. But to your question on Marvel 3rd scale, so this year we got Winged Venom that's coming out. That's being sculpted by the K-Bros. We're actually going to offer it both with wings and without wings. It's 3rd scale, but it is shelf friendly. So it's not going to be like our Venom pool that took up like, I think, 40 inches of depth. This should still fit on like a 18-inch shelf, which is our goal. And then after that, for this year, we're also going to do Scream. We figured that'd be a good piece to kind of pair up with Venom. That's going to be an awesome piece as well. So yeah, we got a lot coming from a Marvel perspective.
Nice.
Wow. I can't wait to see that. I know that just shout out to Franco in the chat. Just an incredible sculptor, and I know he's done stuff for PCS, so he does amazing work. Yeah, he is responsible for Daredevil, correct, Sam?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So, and it sounds like the engineering is going to be something that you don't have to worry about it leaning or ever.
No.
Stand the test of time, which is great. So Marco saw that, and I know he talked about it. He had to order it that day. It's awesome. I could really see that going next to Deadpool up there. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see that all together. So
I'll have something else to go next to Deadpool that's going to blow people's mind this summer.
What do you say? You can't just tease it like that, Come on. Come on now.
I'll just say wait to Comic-Con when you see this piece.
Okay.
It's nuts. It is nuts.
Awesome.
Man, that's awesome. I don't know how to act. That's awesome. Okay, so somebody asked me about this week and wanted you just kind of speak to a little bit of it. I know you've got this species piece coming out soon, so this will be out. Will this be out this year or?
Yeah. So she's up for pre-order now. We should have her done from a production perspective later this fall.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, she's this was an awesome piece. Awesome piece to do. This was another one where we had to have a couple sculptors on it to get it just right, but it turned out amazing.
Yeah, and when when they show you the renders or they show you the piece, is there times where you get it and like there's just we're just not there yet, like we just aren't
Oh
there.
yeah, absolutely. It could be like details in the body, or it could be something as simple as like just getting the pose just right. Sometimes you can get like all the details in there perfect, but if you don't have that pose to where it looks like doesn't look stiff, that's like one thing I think we try to fight against the most, is just making sure the pose doesn't look stiff. Especially because you don't want it to look like it's a pose, right? So here, this looks like she has movement, like she's moving. She's not just standing there like a model trying to pose. So it is a lot of work, both for the art directors and the sculptors. A lot of back and forth to get it just right, and sometimes we have to move a project to another member on our team to get it that last final piece that we need to really complete it. So
Okay, yeah, I mean, this is 1/3 scale, correct?
Correct.
1/3 scale. Okay, and I mean, man, just seeing this, any fan of the movie is going to really want this, or a horror fan, or setting this up. This would look great with that Michael Myers piece and a few others when you have them all together.
Absolutely,
that would look really, really good. Just another fantastic piece by PCS. So really
I love this Species movie, and when you actually announced this, I was actually shocked that you were doing this, and the fact that, again, I love when you do this, when you throw in a second head sculpt and that Natasha Hendricks head sculpt. I didn't see that one coming, because I saw this and then boom, I was like he actually did it. This
absolutely.
So I thought that was incredible that you did that. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I think she's going to look great next to my big chat.
There you go, or next to the PCS one. But yeah, it'll be awesome.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Wait to see that.
Yeah, I am looking forward to seeing that. I really want to see that. Yeah, another great piece. And I did want to bring this up here real quick, because this is something that put a lot of buzz in the community here. Let me bring this up here real quick. It was all over the group. Man, this piece looks.
Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites.
It's amazing. The wingspan on this, it's pretty big, right? So this is 1/3 scale, right? And what blew me away was this, but then I saw this.
Oh yeah,
man.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about this, Ann. Like, how did this come about, and what's your plans for this?
Yep. So I am a huge Underworld fan. I've been probably wanting to do Underworld since I took over PCS. So this is like this one is like a passion project for me, doing Underworld. And then with Marcus, given these are our 3rd scale, to your point, the biggest issue for us was the wingspan, right? How to make it look really, really dope, but make it displayable. And is there, or are there ways that we can design this to where we can take advantage of that wingspan, and it's not just taking up space, right? So kind of similar to my comment earlier about Jordan, where his wingspan is almost 7 feet, but you can put statues underneath the arms. So that was kind of the same thinking here with Marcus, is have one wing a little bit in, the other one more outstretched, and then we can put William underneath, and then you're not really taking up wide shelf space, because you're just now displaying 2 statues. And then the other piece that we kind of added on with this, and this is with the PCS exclusive, is doing the key that releases William in Evolution, right? So you have the smaller key that Lucian had, and then you have the other part of the key that was in their father's chest that Marcus grabbed. And then you put those two parts together, and that's what releases William from his prison. So we thought that's a cool little exclusive to also include for the fans.
Wow. Yeah. So when this was engineered, you had that in mind the whole time, right? To have one.
Oh, yeah.
Thing? Okay. So,
Yep.
man, this pair together would look great. Next to there's one we haven't talked about either, but next to Candyman, I just
oh yeah,
that piece, I think what put it over the top was that second portrait you did with the beast coming out of his mouth. And
yep.
Yeah, and I said that the day it launched, I talked more about it too. I was saying more about, what would be amazing is to have like a base for the second portrait that had like a honeycomb with like bees around it, and it would stick in there, and then that'd be like a switch out for it. Well, now that's where it would stand, like a kind of like a little bus stand. But and that piece was awesome. I did see him with the live actor.
Oh yeah, at Comic-Con. Yep.
Yeah, I did see it with that. Thanks for bringing that up, Freddie. I did see that, and this is up for pre-order now. There is mixed media on this, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, man, this is that portrait is just amazing.
Yep, and then the PCS exclusive also comes with Tony Todd's autograph.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we don't do robo autographs for our actors. We use real autographs. So these are hand signed. The COAs are at Tony's house now.
Okay.
Signed. So
man, look
that's
at that.
good. There's nothing that annoys me more when I get an art print or something else like that, and then they're like, signed by actor, actress, artist, and then you get it, and I'm like, is this printed?
Yep. Yep.
So I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
I'm really glad you did this character because I was young and I grew up with this movie. With my cousins, we would watch this late at night, hiding it from our aunt and my mom and them. And it's such a low key horror movie that I never thought would be like done by a company. So I'm just happy that you're taking chances, definitely on these more niche movies and IPs. So it's awesome.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this movie scared the crap out of me when I was young too. I mean, I still won't say Candyman in the mirror. So.
100%.
I'm not scary, but I'm not stupid either. So
yeah.
I'm not be the one that is that dumb to do it.
Yes, exactly.
Man, yeah. I mean, this is a great piece, and the likeness, man, that likeness is just so on point with this. So I'm really looking forward to this launching again. Like kind of like the horror line they've got, like PCS has. I mean, one shelf all together would just be an amazing display. Look at that base, man. That base is just amazing.
Oh, so Ed, whose idea was it to give you them extra bees? Because I thought that was cool.
So that was Brian, my head of production. He's like, I want to include a bottle of bees. I was like, okay. He said, I want people to be able to put it wherever on the base. I was like, okay, cool, let's do it.
They're just those little it's fandom, right? Of like collector, like geeking, like that stuff. That's like those little things, like puts it over the mile. Because when I saw that at the end, I was like, the fact that you just gave us little bees that we could just tinker with and just like sprinkle them whatever you want. I was like, that was amazing. That was like a nice gift.
Man, I can't get over how cool that portrait is. Just amazing. So really looking forward to this coming out. This might be coming home, man, because it's just so great. It's just so amazing. I'm sure it's hard to get over those Ghostbusters because I've got a spot, like an empty shelf, and I don't know what I'm going to put there yet, but it may be.
There we go. Ghostbusters. Let's do it.
Yeah, it would look amazing. It's all movie based, so I got a shelf.
Oh, nice.
So, can you talk to us a little bit about? I know you just recently announced Star Wars, right?
Yep.
And you've got some pieces lined up already. And what do you see yourself going on? Like, how far would this line go? You talked about as long as they support it, which everyone's going to support Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people that's going to support Star Wars. So, how long did it take you to get that license? And right now, where do you see you going with that after these two pieces you got coming?
Yep. I would say how long it took was probably similar to NBA lengthwise. I would say that was probably and I've been in banking for 21 years. I was a corporate investment banker dealing with Fortune 500 companies. And I would say my Star Wars pitch was probably the best pitch, most stressful pitch in my whole entire life.
Okay.
But it was so worth it. But yeah, we plan on doing a lot with Star Wars. So we have 4 different product types that we're going to release.
Okay.
I think we've only announced the 3rd scale so far, I think. But 3 of the 4 will be launching this year. And then the 4th type will launch next year.
Okay. And without saying too much, when you say the 4th type, would that be 1/4?
No. We're not doing 1/4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just pause there. Yeah.
Okay.
This one I don't want to let the cat out the bag because when it hits, like, people are going to flip their crap when they start seeing what myself and the K Bros have in store for Star Wars. It's gonna be nuts.
Now I'm gonna have to start selling off my collection.
I know we got to start moving pieces and buying pieces. That's how we do it. And we're all enablers here. We have our own chat. We all enable everybody to buy everything. So we have to move pieces and to make room for others and stuff like that. So
Now this is the stuff that we have coming. I feel like I'm trying to say it without giving it. It's almost like when we do the first one, you're gonna be like, oh shit. And then you're gonna see the next type, you're gonna be like, oh fuck. And then you're see the 3rd type, like, God damn. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Okay, man, that's awesome.
There goes my credit cards.
Yeah, we're trying to change the game. We don't want to do like the same stuff over and over.
Can you tell us what the highest scale is?
Huh?
The highest scale that you're going with Star Wars?
No, because it would give it away, I think.
Okay.
But there are multiple scales. I will say that.
Okay.
You do for sure have that 1/3, right? The 1/3.
We're starting with 1/3 with our Darth Maul that we'll be showing at the end of this month. And that piece will be a banger.
Can't wait for that. That's an instant buy for me. So
awesome. And I'll just say you're gonna want to buy that one directly from PCS when you see what comes.
So actually, what I was gonna say too is how you're changing the game. That if you don't know, like whoever's watching, that Ant gives out discounts for early pre-orders on his website. And I know you said you're doing your best, obviously, with shipping prices too, which is a huge issue we've had with a lot of companies these days. And I get it sometimes, but some companies you kind of look at the shipping price like, okay, come on.
No. Yeah, there are definitely some companies out there that are gouging their fans with shipping. There's stuff I could ship around the world for same size for less than what they're charging on some of this stuff. Exactly. But those shipping costs are ridiculous. But back to like when you order from us, to your point, Marcos, we give an early pre-order discount when you order directly from us. Our exclusives are only available from us. And then also with our silver, platinum, and gold exclusives, you get an opportunity to win a real silver, gold, or platinum coin, 1 ounce coin. And I think silver is valued, between $50 and $100 for an ounce. I think platinum is at $900 now, and I think gold is over $2,000. So, for example, we did our Chun-Li bust. Can't remember if it was at 50 or 100 ES, but you basically have a 1 in 50 or 1 in 100 chance to win a $2,000 1 ounce coin that is specially designed, the PCS coin, and each coin has a different PCS design on it. But I mean, you can literally take that to any freaking gold shop or coin shop and get the value of 1 ounce from it and sell it, make your money if you want to, and you just got a statue for free. But then we also, the person that wins that coin, they also get a Ruby ticket. We're trying to get our little Willy Wonka on. And those Ruby tickets are valued at $100, $200, or $300 off your next statue as well. So we try to offer different perks and incentives for our collectors.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know we got a lot of questions from the chat, so I do want to take some of those. Is there any plans for DC license or anything coming in the future?
Yes, we'll eventually get in on the WB DC side. There's just been a lot of changes there. My head of production, Brian, he used to work at WB. But yeah, our goal is definitely to get WB in DC.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I know we have quite a bit chat questions, so I'm just gonna go down the line here. I don't want to take all your time, man, either. So
yeah. Oh, it looks like I already let some cat out the bag before, so I guess I could say one of the other scales for Star Wars, which was life size, because we're doing a life size Vader bust, like our Carnage.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, all right.
The design on that thing. When I say the Keurig brothers put their foot in that one, they definitely put their foot in that one. It is freaking amazing.
Right. Yeah. Alex asked, talk about 1/3 Alien. As Yuri talked about it, it is happening. So I really look forward to seeing what PCS does with that. Maybe we talked about it this week in our chat, but it'd be amazing to see like an Elder Predator on throne, like a Queen Alien throne.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That would look amazing. So there you go, Alex. That is coming. So that's awesome. We have a ton of questions here. Everybody's asking for aliens. Here we go. All right. Okay, so this was a good one actually. It was actually interested in doing limited runs on art prints for IPs with a license you have with already. So maybe an art print.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. That's on my list. I try to do like small changes, or I'll launch a new product or do a new change, digest it, and then add the next. Because I like to keep this is the business side of Anthony. I like to diversify as much as possible. But yeah, that's definitely on my list.
Man, that should be awesome. Let me bring this up here real quick. Staples Farms going to go with Gozer, which I'm getting also. Okay, so we're making a comment there, but yeah, everybody's now I'm excited to see this Marshmallow Man for sure.
Me too.
Yeah, the back of my mind keeps going. But Sexy Lamb did have a question. So, which Street Fighter characters is going to deadlift? So, what other characters do you have coming for that? What can you say?
So I don't know who's going to deadlift yet. So we had Chun-Li was doing the squat. We had Cammy doing the overhead press. We have Ryu doing barbell curls. No, easy bar curls with a whole lot of weight. And then we have Akuma doing military press. So those are our 4 that we're doing this year. For next year, I may expand it out more. Some of the ideas popped in my head are like doing Zangief, but more like a strongman competition type deal. Think like moving that big stone, or some of the Atlas stuff that they do. Same with Armika. I could see us doing like a Laura in like a yoga pose. So yeah, we got a lot of options here.
Wow, that's gonna be awesome.
I want to say I think that was such an interesting concept and idea that you did, because when you think of Street Fighter, you think of these action heroes, and these fighting heroes, villains, whatnot. It's like you go beyond the veil and you're like, what would they have done? Like, as far as seeing them like practice in the gym. And one of the thoughts that I had in my head when I saw that line, for those who are Arnold Schwarzenegger fans like me, he was a strongman competitor and stuff like that. Him and Lou Ferrigno.
Oh yeah.
I'd see like the videos and you'd watch them, and you'd see them, and he'd talk about like the pump. If you guys saw that video, the pump and lifting, and you see him like they're practicing and and I'm just like, you're watching Conan and you're watching all this stuff. It's just like, man, what are these guys doing? And Arnold shared a lot of that stuff behind the scenes. You gotta go. And I'm like, I thought that was interesting when you did this, and it reminded me like on that as far as like, wow, man, I was like, that is such a cool idea, So I love that you did that.
And Is there any chance that we would get a half-scale Bison for Street Fighter?
I could see that happening. I would have to make him like really, really dope.
Yes.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the third scale one we did. I kind of went against like how I felt that should have looked. So one of the things I've learned owning this company is, and I probably it probably didn't hit me until probably 12 to 18 months ago, is the trusting my gut, or the if I don't like something, don't do it. Bison was an example of, I had a pose in mind that I liked. I got talked out of it instead of going with what I thought would work. And end result, I didn't really like the end result. Whereas I feel if we would have done my original idea, I think it would have done a whole lot better. So if we do the half scale, we'll definitely do it in the pose that I originally wanted to do.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. One of my favorite characters of all times. So I would love to see him in that. That'd be great.
And Bison?
Yeah, well, Street Fighter, absolutely, one of my favorite characters of all times. Any licenses you really want, and that is just too hard to get?
Spawn all day.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Outside of Star Wars, that was my dream license. Was Spawn.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
No one can get that one though, honestly. So.
Yeah. So, I know you are a big fan of Spawn, correct?
Oh yeah.
So, do you see it happening in the future, or?
We'll see. I've had a couple conversations with Todd now. I don't give up easy.
Okay.
I just got to find the right avenue for what would work for him. I mean, the kicker is that he can, if he wants to make it, he can make it, right? He has his own.
Sure. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't blame him. It's his IP, and if he wants to do a third scale or a quarter scale or whatever, I mean, he can basically tell our team, "Hey, you guys go do that." So I can't really argue with that, but I gotta figure out another avenue to figure out a way in with him.
And what would you do? 1/3 scale to start with?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would just be amazing. So, and Alex did have a request. He said Big Cat needs to be at least 40 inches to go with the Primal Predator line. And he, I mean, that line's huge. Yep. I mean, I know you can't talk too much about it, but I think, when PCS does things, they always, it's always over the top. Not to mention when, I mean, a great example is that TMNT line, the Ghostbusters line. It's just so on point, So I look forward to seeing that, man. But I mean, can you talk any more about that, or you don't want to talk any more about that?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But
all right.
Yeah.
Let's move on. He said enough.
Good try, though. Good try.
Yeah. So,
I saw a comment in the line. Any chance of a Zoe Kravitz Catwoman?
I did see that too. Yeah.
If I get once we get the DC WB, I would probably go after that.
Okay. That'd be
cool. Okay.
Another.
Yep.
Big chance. Yeah, we're still talking about aliens. So, but let me see here real quick. Let me see.
And how about Lord of the Rings? You dipping your toe into that line?
So I would absolutely love to do Lord of the Rings. There are a couple players in it now, but I could absolutely see us jumping into that. I try to do what other companies aren't doing to be different, whether that's scale or different types within the IP. But with that said, and I used to play a whole lot nicer in the sandbox, but I started to notice other companies weren't. They were doing some stuff behind the scenes and out in the open that I kept letting go for probably 3 to 4 years, and then I hit a tipping point where I was like, you know what? If you're not a FOP, then it's gloves off. And FOP is a friend of PCS.
Yeah.
So if you're not a friend of PCS, then yeah, my gloves are off at this point.
Got it.
I remember that post. That was hilarious. I was
I
laughing.
do remember seeing that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious to me that the team at PCS are collectors. It's obvious because some of the things that you put out and then you do and you discuss, you're putting out what people want. That's what I seem to come to realize more and more the more pieces I see, and it's very effective because I see the community buzzing, and I look forward to, that Saturday email. I get it like late in the evening, man, what they got coming out PCS. So I take a look at what they got and see what we can talk about for the next show. This was an interesting question Stanley had. Do you think companies benefit from going to cons, and why are some avoiding them?
So I would say it's a yes and no question. I think for PCS, I think we benefit going to cons. I personally don't think we're big enough yet. I feel like we still have a lot of growth for ourselves as a company. And there's still a lot of people that don't know about us. So for me, I think it's important that PCS is at these cons. I think like really big company like Sideshow, and Sideshow's a FOP. They're a friend of PCS. So I want to do them dirty. They're my dudes and dudettes. They're cool peeps. But like at the size and scale of Sideshow, I mean, just about everybody knows Sideshow. So if you think about it, and this is the business side of Anthony popping back in, if you think about their scale and how much manpower, money it takes to set up at one of these cons, given just their pure scale, right? I don't know if they're necessarily getting a return on investment doing that because they're already known. So they don't, I don't think they need to say, hey, I'm here. People already know they're here. So like them doing a virtual con, I think that has just as much or more reach than being at San Diego, where only a certain amount of people can make it to San Diego versus their virtual ones. Everybody can make it there. Thanks, A+. Appreciate that. But yeah, I think it's a yes or no question. For PCS, I think it is important for us to be there.
Yeah. I love seeing all the new pieces. I know a lot of people in the community really want to see more companies do that, but I do see your point, right? To have that presence there. Some other companies are I haven't seen a whole lot, to be honest, this past year make their appearance at some of these cons. But what the next one? Will you be at San Diego Comic-Con this year?
Yeah, so this year we did Capcom Cup. We may do Evo.
Should do Evo.
But we're definitely doing the only thing that the Evo one, the only reason why we're hesitating is it's the week before San Diego. So to basically get everything there set up and then hurry up and shut down and then literally 2 days later be in San Diego to set everything back up. That's a lot for me to ask of the team, and I can only go there like Thursday and Friday of Evo I can at least help set up, but I can't help break it down because my girls have a ID camp for soccer that weekend too. So if it happens, I'm flying to Vegas, flying back to Charlotte, and then 2 days later flying to San Diego.
Wow.
So that's the only reason for the hesitation on Evo. So we got Evo, we'll be at San Diego, and then we'll be at New York Comic-Con this year as well.
Okay. Wow,
and
awesome.
and that's C2, E2 in Chicago at the end of this month.
That's awesome. Okay, so I look forward to that. Man, I understand all the back and forth of trying to get to San Diego and Evo, but man, have you been to Evo before?
I have not, and that's one of the reasons I want to go.
Yeah, I've been 8 times, and
nice.
You're missing out. So you should go. I compete every year. Yeah, let me bring this up here real quick. It's kind of lost my.
Speaking of Evo, congrats on building that cup.
Oh yeah, the Capcom cup. Yeah, that was
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and let me ask you, because one of the players posted. Now it's not this year, of course, but it was the year prior. They won Capcom Cup.
Yep.
And they held up this amazing trophy.
Yep.
And they ended up getting, one this size. Like, here's your cap. I mean, are they going to get that trophy, or where does that trophy go, or do you know?
They're supposed to get the trophy that we made. I mean,
okay,
that trophy was like,
yeah,
it was 2 feet tall. So yeah, they should have gotten the trophy.
Yeah, I saw a picture of the winner like 8 months later, and he held it up, and it was like real little. I was like, man,
no.
All right,
a big trophy for the winner. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I always wondered that. So actually, I'm going to ask. Half scale horror line coming after Ghostbusters. So, do you plan on doing any half scale like horror line?
Yeah, so we did Myers last October. We got Ghostface coming up this summer. Yeah, we'll do quite a few in the half scale horror line.
Do you have any like wanting to do like any of the newer horror movie guys, like maybe like Terrifier or something like that?
Yeah. Those are on our list. I really want to get Jason, Freddy, and Hellraiser under my belt first, but we'll see.
That's awesome.
That would be amazing. Man, a half scale Hellraiser would be amazing.
That shit wouldn't be in my house, but it'll be. That's another movie that scared the crap out of me when I was.
Oh yeah.
I'd probably keep it and like just pull it out, like change my collection up for like Halloween, like have all of them out for Halloween. But yeah, it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah. And do you have a statue room that you have?
So right now I did have. This is hilarious. So I had statues, like multiple statues in my guest bedroom. I actually have Thanos on a throne. Sideshow's Thanos on a throne in my closet on the floor. As bad as that sounds. And then I have multiple statues next to my aquarium. But the reason I haven't, and then I have a man cave that's just full of boxed up statues that I haven't opened because I'm in the process of building a new house that'll have basically like an art gallery on the first floor, and then on the second floor in the rec room, I'm gonna have like another little art gallery around it. So in the new, I'm basically I don't want to unpack everything and then basically 14 months from now I have to do it again. So
yeah, what a pain. That would not be fun.
No,
would not be fun. Mr. Martinez, A Plus Collectibles was saying, is there possible for a Punisher coming?
So I would love to do a Punisher. The problem is the optics of a Punisher. And I think that's probably why we haven't seen a lot of Punishers lately in the market, because a certain group uses like the Punisher logo for bad things. So I think that's why you haven't really seen Punishers out in the market lately. But yeah, I would love to do a Punisher.
Also, I know some companies have, in American companies, have issues with guns too on statues. Is that an issue with Punisher, maybe with you guys, or no?
Not with us, but yeah, a lot of licensors have certain restrictions, whether you can't use a gun, or you can't point a gun, or you can't have a knife out, you can't use metal. Like each licensor is different.
Yeah, it's so weird because I know like Asian like companies, they don't really have those restrictions on, especially DC characters. So it is kind of weird that American companies do have that.
Yep.
Yeah, and when you attain the DC license, what's the first piece that you really want to go after? What's something that you're really passionate about?
Well, with DC, and actually, I mean, it's WB. There's multiple things within WB that I would go after. Okay. But from a DC, I want to let loose the Keurig brothers on a Batman.
Okay.
I want to basically say, do your thing, go.
Sure. Probably the easiest way to go. Right?
Yes.
I know. I hear from a lot of like in the community, especially with Chris on the Batman statue collector, and talking with him and talking with a lot of members of their group, that they discuss that how companies won't take a chance on some of these other villains like Clayface. Or
we would. We absolutely would.
Okay. Yeah. There's like Riddler, Clayface. There's a few others. So please do a Bane because I would love to see.
It was funny. We were on the show one time talking about just like a 1/3 Batman. How every company has like Batman.
Yep.
Like, man, we're kind of tired of every company doing it. And I think Jimmy brought up like, what if PCS had Batman? We were all like, oh, I think I would like that too. So like even though we say we're tired of it, we still want people to do it too. So it's or just DC in general, but not just Batman. But
That'd be really good. So this is a great question here. Let me see. Does PCS ever team up with other companies like XM did with LBS?
We haven't.
Okay.
I would possibly be open to it. The kicker for that to work would be like the license, like something that we don't already have, right? So there's no point on me partnering with another company on a license I already have. Whereas like with LBS, they didn't have Marvel, but XM did, so that made sense for a reason to partner up. And then from a talent perspective, like I trust my team, and we got a pretty strong team of art directors, so that's that piece as well. But with all that said, I would be open to partnering. But it would have to make not just creative sense, but business sense as well. Some of the things that I've run into is a lot of these companies are and it's a good thing and a bad thing, are run by artists or former artists, so they do but don't really understand like the full business aspect of it, where I'm right and left brained, right? So I'm creative and I understand the business side. I mean, a simple thing that you'll be surprised that the simplest thing as you take pre-order and you get a deposit, you don't spend that money. You haven't earned it, right? That's money that's supposed to sit in the bank for production of the product. It's not money that you can spend on another product or spend on something else. You would be amazed on how many companies just don't understand that piece of accounting, that it's not earned revenue. You're not supposed to touch it.
Right.
So for me to be able to partner with somebody, I would need it would need to make sense from both a creative and a business aspect.
Understood. Words of wisdom from Matt Adams. And will you be making Michael from Underworld, another Underworld?
I sure hope so. He's on my list.
He's on the list. So
absolutely.
Stay tuned for that. Let me see here. Let's see. Would it be possible to get Kate Benskill signature to be possible for Celine?
Yes, so we were actually already working on that.
Okay.
We already had the COAs printed out. That's probably going to change some. I know she's having some health issues right now, so we'll have to wait and see how all that shakes out. Get back in touch with her and her agent.
Okay, this is a pretty good question, and I think I know the answer to it. Any new bust style mask coming up, like Carnage coming soon, something different with a different character? I think you spoke to that once.
Yeah, I'll give a first release or reveal here. So we already talked about the Vader bust. That'll be like that. We've shown sneaks of this one already, which is the Gladiator Hulk storyline, which will pre-order in May. But we haven't discussed, and this is why I said it'll go nice with that little Deadpool behind you. We're doing a Deadpool bust, fun art bust this summer.
Marcus, you in?
No, I'm not in. Of course not.
You're not? Okay, I do.
He's like my favorite character in all comics.
Yeah, I know.
Awesome. Now you're gonna, when you see it, you're gonna fall in love. You're gonna love it.
Thank you very much. You're the best.
Man, there you go, Marcos. You just made your evening. There you go.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Do you ever plan on dipping into hyperrealism with silicone, rooted hair, that type of thing?
So we did. We poked our toe in it with our life-size Chun-Li bust, which is silicone rooted hair. etc. I've gone back and forth as to whether or not I want to continue or go deeper into that realm or not. I fight in, and this may be oversharing, but who the hell cares? I fight internally a little bit on it as to whether it's a fad or something that's going to last a while. One, two. My other concern is longevity of the silicone. I mean, we use platinum silicone in our Chun-Li bust, and as long as you keep her out of like in front of like just sunshine, you'll be fine. But I haven't seen a figure like a 6 scale or a 3rd scale or quarter scale silicone figure that's been around for 10, 15, 20 years. That's kind of my concern. It's kind of like the old school latex foam. When you look at the old Ninja Turtles from the movies and look like a friggin' horror movie now, when you see how those things look in today's time. But that's kind of my going concern. I try not to hop onto the fads of others versus try to come up with something ourselves, which was like our fine art bust and some other stuff that we got coming down the line. That's never. I like to have never been dones. But I have considered it multiple times. I actually considered it with Maul, the Darth Maul that we were doing. But again, I fought with myself on the making it available for every collector. And then just the longevity. I didn't want to come out the gate, do a silicone Darth Maul, and then 5 years later it starts falling apart or something. Especially given the smaller scale, where the silicone is a lot tighter than a life-size bust, for example. So yeah, that's been my concern with the hyperrealism.
Sure. Yeah. Valid point.
Yeah, it's a valid one too. I think I do love some of those pieces that come out. This is in the back of my mind, the longevity of it as well. But yeah, I mean, I think you're doing great where you're at. So,
can I get in a quick question with my wish list? Since I don't want to run out and I don't ask them. So wait, let me put myself on full screen real quick. So
I know what
rumor goes around, and I've heard that you're a big fan.
Yep.
I'm a huge fan of this property, and I'm like, if anyone can do this, I know Ant can do this for us.
No pressure. No pressure at all.
You already know.
Yes. Did y'all hear my last?
I did.
Yes.
I did.
Yeah. This is on my wish list. Absolutely. Last Dragon is literally my favorite movie.
Oh wow!
Same.
I am not lying. If I could do a 3rd scale and a 6th scale show enough, and a Bruce Leroy, that'd be like front and center of my collection. So yes, absolutely.
Yes, thank you. Oh, one more.
One more.
I wanted to squeeze it in because I don't know how much time we'll have. All right. Let's see. Put me back right here. So, in his prime, he like along with Richard Pryor, man, this guy was like one of the greatest comedians like ever. And I'm like, man, I would like for someone to tackle this. And it's the only thing I can have. That's this property. I'm like, I can't even get a statue, but I have this, and to top these two in any suit, and my boy right here,
Randy Watson, everybody.
Oh man, you know what time it is.
Oh my goodness. Maybe not those. Like Last Dragon would come before those three.
Okay. I have to try.
Yeah, you gotta get like a special edition with the soul glow on the side.
There we go. Absolutely.
That'd be hilarious.
Coming to America, man. Another classic.
There we go.
Oh, but
thank you, man.
Question, kind of sticking on that same kung fu type vibe. Would you, because a lot of people have done like Bruce Lee statues here and there. Would you ever like consider doing maybe like a Jackie Chan, like a Donnie Yen or Jet Li?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
If you do a Jackie Chan, either Rush Hour 2 or Drunken Master 2. Those are the two I would love to see.
Those are very good choices.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That'd be amazing. Atticus was wondering if you did obtain a DC license, you would love to see a Superman. Is that
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome.
Just do a smiling portrait, please, of Superman. He's not Batman.
I'm not sure if you're familiar, but
oh yeah, JoJo's.
JoJo was on the list.
It was.
Love
okay.
JoJo's.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Oh, this guy's reading my mind over here. This guy over here. Any chance you should look at the Planet of the Apes statues?
Yep, absolutely.
Both classics. Man, that would be amazing.
Yep.
That would be awesome. Would love to see that. That'd be cool. Let me see what else we got. Okay, that's pretty good. How deep are you going with the 1/4 cartoon line? I'm not sure what cartoon line he's
probably Ninja Turtles. As long as the fan support, we'll keep going. So we have April, we have Splinter. I would love to do some Foot Clan. I would love to do Casey Jones. So yeah, no, there's options there as long as the support keeps coming.
Okay.
What about the last Ronin line? Are you going deeper, or you're done for now?
I actually want to do a Last Ronin in our 3rd scale with the Keurig brothers.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they would murder that.
Yeah, the 1/4 scale Ronin statue with the ghost behind him set up.
Beautiful.
That is probably the best Ronin statue ever made, hands down.
Yeah, that came out amazing.
Yeah, just an incredible piece. Congratulations on that one. And are you still making 1/6 figures?
Yes. Those we won't have any this year, but that is in our pipeline to do.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Oh,
that's actually an example of something. The reason it hasn't launched sooner is because I'm trying to do something different and special with them, and it's just taking longer to R&D what we want to do with it. So, yeah, we're hoping next year.
Okay.
Any specific licenses that you want to go at first, or is it cartoon? Is it anime? Movie?
We got multiple licenses already with 6 scale. We just haven't launched them yet.
All right. Awesome. This is a great one by Xenocam. How about Blade Runner or Doom? 1/3 Victor and Paul. I don't know who these guys characters are, but I would like to see the
Arnold.
Like I would like to see the Harrison Ford Blade Runner, but is your thoughts on that at all for those?
Probably not.
Okay.
I think I saw somebody was doing like the new movie in statue form.
Okay.
But not currently on my list. I'm not gonna say it's a no, but just it's not currently on the stuff that we're going after right now.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't make everything sound warm and fuzzy.
Well, no. I mean, if it's not working, it's not working.
No.
Yeah. So. Statues, One Punch. Oh yeah, Elaine's asking about One Punch and a few others. Genesis Fukai and Monster Princess. I've never heard of those before.
Yeah.
So I don't know those. I know One Punch Man. That was on the list. One Piece was on the list. I want Ninja Scroll bad.
Yeah.
I want Vampire Hunter D bad.
Yes.
Afro Samurai was on the list. Berserk,
good classics.
Attack on Titan. So yeah, there was quite a few that we were going after. So
can't wait.
Just got to find the time to get back after them.
I hear you. Okay. So Can we expect an announcement from PCS soon that launching like a new statue coming up?
As far as like line wise, or just new statues that we got coming?
Any of it.
Yeah. So one thing that we started last year. I got behind, got busy, and we're kicked it back up this year. Is we post basically like the beginning of every quarter. So like January, April, July, October. Is that right? Basically, every 3 months, we launch like our for planning purposes to show like what our pre-orders are coming up for the next 3 months. So I just say like just make sure you're on our Facebook or in our Facebook group, and you'll see us post the latest and greatest of what we got coming up pre-order wise. I actually got that idea from Marcos. I give credit where credit is due, from Marcos at Collector Zone. He used to just send out like a whenever he do a pre-order or pre-order is coming, like for planning purposes, it's coming up for pre-order from PCS on Thursday. I was like, oh, for planning purposes sounds really, really cool. We should do that to let people know that like months of what we got coming out so they can start preparing for it. So that's something we started doing and doing it more this year.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. And this was a great idea here. Aiden was asking a Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris Dio with them together, like from the movie, like maybe facing off. That would look really good too, I thought.
I agree. I think that'd be dope.
That would be awesome. And what about Kill Bill? Did you ever think about doing that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would love to do a Kill Bill.
Kill Bill would be awesome. It'd be awesome. And I don't want to keep you too much longer, but I did want to say a few things before we head out. First of all, thank you so very much for taking time with us. I know you didn't have to, and we're just so grateful that you were able to come and spend time with the community and just talk over, PCS and what you have coming out. I also want to say that if you're interested in any PCS piece, make sure you go straight to their website and pre-order now. They have benefits for pre-ordering direct from PCS, especially with these coins they have. They're giving out, and what every collector wants, the exclusive, right? Because they want the exclusive, and the only way you get that is straight from Adams and PCS team themselves.
Absolutely.
That's all I have for this evening. I think I kept you 37 minutes longer than I was supposed to. But
no, all good. This is fun. I wish I had more time to do these do live shows more often, because I do like talking with you guys. It's for me, it's fun. This is, to me, it's not a job. It's just fun. So I wish I had more time to do these more often. And again, I didn't say it earlier, but I want to apologize for not being able to make it last Friday with you guys. Okay. Stuff came up, but I definitely want to do more stuff like this. So thank you for having me on. Vinny, you are hilarious on Marcos.
I don't know who this guy is, but man.
And then what was Master Safara's question?
We skipped over his question.
Yeah, I think he had a question on he or she. Sorry,
right there at the top.
I think it was on
at the top.
RoboCop, maybe.
Yeah, in your section, it's queued up there.
I'm looking. Can you bring it up, Freddie? Because I don't see it.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Can you confirm RoboCop DX and RoboCop 2 Platinum will each come with the added alt base, stair street, where you add pics for each of the product base? Track to ship April. So the RoboCop 1 DX will come with the street base. I actually have images. I'm just waiting for the image I received was like a top view with like an arrow drawn on it, pointing to something for our production. So I'm just waiting for us to get the factory sample in, and we'll update the gallery. The RoboCop 2 doesn't come with an alternate base because it'd be hard to do those stairs with his stance. So he just comes with his one, but the RoboCop 1 does come with the street base at no extra charge. That was free from us to you.
Wow. That's
So,
awesome.
Nice.
and that's something that we do a lot is if I have a brain fart and just like a random idea that pops up after we've already pre-ordered something that we think would be cool, like, you know what, let's do a street base, throw it in there, no charge, free. There you go. Let's rock.
Yeah,
So,
that's awesome. Well, there you go, Master Safari. Sorry I missed your comment. I'm glad we caught that. Thank you.
all right, appreciate you guys, and thank you for all the time, and I look forward to hopefully doing this again.
Yeah, absolutely.
right.
Let me show you something backstage, Ant.
Okay, cool.
For everybody else, thanks for getting on, and I will see you this Friday with Statue Talk. Stay godlike. I'll see you then.
All right.